it is not all over, as Governor Oyetola of Osun State is ready to go all the way with the newly elected governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke. A lot of people believe that Ademola Adeleke will bring a new turn. They believe that Ademola Adeleke will bring something new. He's a dancing senator. His elder brother was the first governor of Osun State after the military era, and people are saying, oh, they are just trying to compensate his brother because he was murdered or he died on that seat. Anyway, Governor Oyetola has asked tribunal to nullify Adeleke's election, saying that he forged and presented a certificate. Well, a lot of people are kind of, a little bit sentimental. There is a lot of emotion that is attached to this. People like the elected governor's nephew, and that is Davido. But there is more to this. The elder brother to Ademola Adeleke came out publicly. He is the chancellor or the head of a university, a private university in Osun State. He said, I told my brother, if you do not do the right thing, I will be the first person to pull you down. I will push you down. We do not want the repetition. We don't want repetition of the same corrupt practices. The question we should begin to ask ourselves is this: which of these politicians are good people? Ademola Adeleke, from what we have seen, does not necessarily have what it takes to put Osun State in the right direction. But let us hope that he has advisors, he has good people around him that will help him, push him to the next level. Apart from dancing, he might have some other part of him that is diligent, that can do the needful. Presidents and governors do not necessarily have to be the person to think of this, to think of that. They have advisors. They have people that are professionals, people that can do. The only thing that we want is someone that has high integrity. But as it is right now, Ademola Adeleke, candidate of the People's Democratic Party, who was declared winner of the Osun governorship election, the first time there was issue, he was declared, and this election was held on July 16th of this year. But right now, with all the score, Adeleke scoring 403,371 to defeat Oyetola of the APC, who got 375,027 votes. All of this seems not to kind of make any difference anymore, as a petition dated August 5th and seen by major newspapers, Oyetola is asking the court to nullify Adeleke's election because he was not qualified to contest, that he was not elected by majority of the lawful votes cast. In the suit, Oyetola is the first petitioner, while the All Progressive Congress APC is the second petitioner. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC, Adeleke, and the PDP are the first and second and third respondents, respectively. Oyetola said the second respondent forged the certificate submitted to INEC and did not comply to the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022. I'm going to read a little of it. The petitioners hereby plead and shall rely on Form EC 8D, being the summary of collation of results, and Form EC 8E, being the declaration of results, issued by the first respondent, not only to show the recorded scores, but also to demonstrate the invalidity of the scores recorded thereon. The petitioners plead and shall also rely on the reports and evidence by their experts, including statisticians, forensic examiners, and other witnesses, as well as the report of inspection and production of materials granted to the petitioners by this honorable tribunal. The second respondent was, at the time of election, not qualified to contest the election. The petitioners aver that the second respondent did not possess the educational qualification to contest the election to the office of Governor of Osun State held on Saturday, 16th July 2022, conducted by the first respondent. The petitioners contend that the second respondent was, at the material time, not qualified to contest election to the office of the Governor of Osun State for having presented forged certificates to the first respondent. The petitioners say that the diploma certificate of Penn Foster High School, purportedly awarded on the 16th day of July 2021 and submitted by the second respondent along with his form EC9 to the first respondent, was forged. The petitioner further said that the Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice, purportedly awarded by Atlanta Metropolitan State College and submitted by the second respondent along with his form EC9 to the first respondent, was forged. The petitioners further plead that the second respondent had also previously in 2018 submitted a forged certificate to the first respondent hearing along with his form CF001. Now, we can go on and on. And not just that alone, they also talked about the state schools attended beginning with primary school and educational qualification with dates. He indicated that he attended Muslim Grammar School Ede between 1976 to 1981 without stating what qualification he obtained, if any, from that school. You see, back in those days, the father, who is the grandfather of Davido that you all know, the grandfather of Adeleke, is someone who was able to get himself around Nigeria, like how Dangote did. I'm not saying is the father of Adeleke, of Ademola Adeleke is as, we are still going to use the word rich, but somehow like how Dangote was able to get himself around politicians, the same way this man was also able to get himself around, somehow was able to get himself where he got himself. And he back in those days, if you are fortunate to have some money, you send your kids abroad. So this man went abroad. Ademola Adeleke, according to the story, he said, well, he left this school, he went abroad, he did this, he did that, and he did this, he did that. He said a lot of things. Education is very important. Keeping your certificate is very important. Now, the talk is that he finally went back to school to get his certificate, and he has presented this. The point is this: just like your fraudulent Buhari, your president, who they awarded a certificate claiming that he had O level, when we all know that what he presented, at least what we know, is that he got a letter stating that he has the ability to write O levels. I've never seen where a letter will be written to show that someone has the ability to pass an examination, and that will be used as the final qualification. That is what we have on our hands. And even the Tinubu, who is presently fighting for his own life, I mean, he wants to be president, that is what his life is right now, also has this issue of fraudulent certificate. They are not qualified. These are criminals that we have in government. People who did not attend the proper school, who did not probably get the right certificate, who cannot show to us, who cannot even present pictures. At least many of you who went to school had pictures with your course mates, with your schoolmates. Where are the pictures of these people? Where are the pictures? They cannot present these pictures, and they come up with bogus certificate. Anyway, right now, Oyetola is ready to push this all the way. Yes, ready to push this all the way. And Ademola Adeleke is also looking at this, and he's like, you see, it's like this thing is just going to kind of fly away from me again. What is going on? What is happening here? Now, this petition is signed by over 30 lawyers, including senior advocates of Nigeria, and Mr. Ademola Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party is also ready with his own lawyers. In fact, he said he's coming with 50 lawyers. They are going to drag this to the end of the world. We are hearing pastors saying that it is God that put him there. You know, we don't believe in all these prophetic people anymore. They say it's God that put this person there, it's God that put that person there. Whenever they see things turn around again, they begin to prophesy. You know, these people, God did not send them, most of them. Anyway, right now, this is what it is. It's going to be very difficult. I mean, this is going to be fight to finish because Oyetola is ready to go all the way. He has looked into, there are lacunas, there are things that he has looked into, and they are like, you know what, let us get this thing sorted once and for all. I wish that many of these public office holders go to schools that are out there for us all to see, present certificates and pictures. Why is it that there is always going to be an argument here and there? This would have been laid to rest with simple graduation pictures, and there are things that could be brought forward. Even if someone takes me to the court and I have my certificate, I don't have to wait to take you to go to the court only. I can as well put it. It's my personal data. I can put everything out there for people to see. And definitely, for them to take this to the court, they already have some, secret info on what to do. It is so sad. What we heard is that Ademola went back to school to sort out this certificate issue. That means back then, he did not. It's so sad. Once they catch you in a lie, something here and there, people don't trust you anymore. I'm not trying to say certificate is going to put the country or put the state right or should state right. Integrity is very important. After all, we have educated thieves. We have them, professors, doctors, educated criminals. Do not forget to subscribe if you have not done so. The red notification icon bell is very important. Please do tap on it. And what is your take about this? Do you think they should just wipe off this, even if it doesn't have the certificate? It should just all go away like that. We don't want APC again. We don't want this. Let this man just stay in there. Let him do what he needs to do. What is your opinion about this one?